If you only knew what was happening right before we say action and start the filming. Okay, Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Bhagavatam Bites.
Okay. Ace Canto 4, Chapter 14, Text 19.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Text 19.
No, 19.
O noble one, if the king sees that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the original cause of the cosmic manifestation, and the super soul within everything is worshipped, the Lord will be satisfied. Purport. It is a fact that the government's duty is to see that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is satisfied by the activities of the people as well as by the activities of the government. There is no possibility of happiness if the government or citizenry have no idea of Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the original cause of the cosmic manifestation. Or if they have no knowledge of Bhuta Bhavana, who is Vishvatma, or the super soul, the soul of everyone's soul. The conclusion is that without engaging in devotional service, neither the citizens nor the government can be happy in any way. At the present moment, neither the king nor the governing body is interested in seeing that the people are engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rather, they are more interested in advancing the machinery of sense gratification. Consequently, they are becoming more and more implicated in the complex machinery of the stringent laws of nature. People should be freed from the entanglement of the three modes of material nature, and the only process by which this is possible is surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is advised in Bhagavad Gita. Unfortunately, neither the government nor the people in general have any idea of this. They are simply interested in sense gratification and in being happy in this life. The word Nija Sasani in his own governmental duty indicates that both the government and the citizens are responsible for the execution of Varnashram Dham. Once the populace is situated in the Varnashram Dham, there is every possibility of real life and the prosperity both in this world and in the next. A lot of emphasis or instruction about the duty of a government, which is so far removed from what we understand a government to be. The government definitely isn't trying to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if they can even agree who or what the Supreme Personality of Godhead is. Now they don't even agree what a gender is. Well, it's not a political channel, but
I think it's not a political channel because we seem to be perpetually politically challenged.
I'm just saying. But yeah, interesting. It's so like when you read it, you just think, yeah, okay, this is another far away world, because you just don't even if we say, yeah, okay, the government doesn't try to please God, even the other points Prabhupada's making about just pleasing or giving shelter or being fair to the citizens, it just doesn't, it's just, yeah, you just have to open up the paper or like look at the news online or whatever, and all the headlines and the stories that come out of it, to see the injustices, as is my point. This happened to this one and this one got taken down for that, but what about that one, and why is that happening? And you just think, it just feels so corrupt. You don't look at the news and feel, justice was done. It just feels quite scary, to think you could get, if you ever got caught on the wrong side of so-called justice here in this world. Quite scary.
I guess in the news, this is an important point. Nice point you're making. Important point is that I guess in the media, you only see a very small amount of what's actually happening. So I guess, day in and day out, the quote-unquote justice system is progressing or failing different people. Some people are going to court and they're happy that what happened, this one got put away and that. And then I think day in and day out, theoretically, the system is trying to satisfy and please what was the word Prabhupada used? Citizenry. Interesting word, citizenry. But at the same time, we can of course say it could be better, and there's a lot of corruption and so much politics. Should we go on to number 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so text 20. Just clean the glasses. I'm blowing it out. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped by the great demigods who are controllers of universal affairs. When he is satisfied, nothing is impossible to achieve. For this reason, all the demigods, presiding deities of different planets, as well as the inhabitants of their planets, take great pleasure in offering all kinds of paraphernalia for his worship. Okay, so this is interesting. So this is the the Brahmanas are explaining to King Vena that, this is, even the Devatas are excited to please the Lord, and because when he's satisfied, you can get anything. So they're really trying their best to help him to see sense and, understand how the nature of the way things work. If you're pious, then it all works out. And if you're not, God help you. Purport. All Vedic civilization is summarized in this verse. Well, there you go. All living entities, either on this planet or on other planets, have to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead by respective duties. When he is satisfied, all necessities of life are automatically supplied. In the Vedas, it is also stated, Eko bahunam yo vidati kaman. Katha Upanishad 2:13. From the Vedas, we understand that he is supplying everyone's necessities, and we can actually see that the lower animals, the birds and the beasts, have no business or profession, yet are not dying for want of food. They're all living in nature's way, and they all have the necessities of life provided, namely eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Human society, however, has Yeah, I just like reading sometimes.
We know that. Human society, however, has...
I'm going to comment.
I thought you already commented after the verse.
Alright, I'll let it go then.
Yeah.
Let it go
it's
this
not
time.
a comment after every sentence.
You heard me. I'm going to let it go this time. Next time, we'll see.
Human society, however, has artificially created a type of civilization which makes one forgetful of his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Modern society even enables one to forget the Supreme Personality of Godhead's grace and mercy. Consequently, modern civilized man is always unhappy and in need of things. People do not know that the ultimate goal of life is to approach Lord Vishnu and satisfy him. They have taken this materialistic way of life as everything and have become captivated by materialistic activities. Indeed, their leaders are always encouraging them to follow this path, and the general populace, being ignorant of the laws of God, are following their blind leaders down the path of unhappiness. In order to rectify this world situation, all people should be trained in Krishna consciousness and act in accordance with the Varnashram system. The state should also see that the people are engaged in satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the primary duty of the state. The Krishna consciousness movement was started to convince the general populace to adopt the best process by which to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus solve all problems.
Interesting.
Interesting. I like this sentence. Human society, however, has artificially created a type of civilization which makes one forgetful of his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's like when you're a kid and you have like dolls and you just create a whole world, whole family or whole, and then it's like, I mean, I didn't have a doll house, I had a cupboard and I just opened it and they lived in the cupboard, but anyway, it's like that a whole life was going on, you know, this is in this corner was playing and this one was doing that and this one was doing that, and it's interesting. It's like you create, and it's not, I mean, and you know, I don't want to get controversial, unless you're like the kids are really a bit warped, you don't generally create a doll family life that's evil as such. You know, everyone's happy in that world. That's my point, you know. There's no murder or gross stuff going on. That's like, let's just leave that point. But, you know, so there's no Chucky the doll going on, you know.
My Lord.
But so it's interesting, in the same way as Prabhupada says here, human society, we've created this, and it's interesting. I'm saying it like, okay, in America, but it can be anywhere, but when you look at the magazine covers or the adverts or this, everyone's just perfectly formed, first of all, certain type of beauty, and they're healthy looking and they're always smiling and happy and everyone's skipping and joyous. It's like, but you just need to peel that layer of that, and if someone gets some little twitch somewhere, or oh, I can't do this, or oh no, I got told, you know, I've got some health tests back and they said that, you know, it doesn't take long to create a little, just a teeny weeny crack in that artificial
veneer covering. Just
a little, it doesn't be like a big crack, someone cracks your window a bit, just a little bit, and you're like, it just lets in that illusion a bit, you know, and you're like, oh.
Lets in the illusion, or you mean it cracks the illusion.
Yeah, delusion. Chucky.
Yeah, I knew that was going. Okay, text 21. Dear King, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with the predominating deities, is the enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices in all planets. The Supreme Lord is the sum total of the three Vedas, the owner of everything, the ultimate goal of all austerity. Therefore, your countrymen should engage in performing various sacrifices for your elevation. Indeed, you should always direct them toward the offering of sacrifices. It's very, you know, they're really appealing to his, greedy inclination, self-centeredness. And they're saying, no problem, you know, be you, but don't stop the sacrifices. Encourage them, because all of them will be beneficial to you. So, do that. Text 22. When all the Brahmanas engaged in performing sacrifices in your kingdom, all the demigods who are plenary expansions of the Lord will be very much satisfied by their activities and will give you your desired result. Therefore, O hero, and they even are calling him hero, glorifying and flattering him, do not stop the sacrificial performances. If you stop them, you will disrespect the demigods. Okay, now, the moment we've all been waiting for. King Vena's reply. King Vena replied, you are not at all experienced. It is very much regrettable that you are maintaining something which is not religious and are accepting it as religious. Indeed, I think you are giving up your real husband who maintains you and are searching after some paramour to worship. Paramour meaning like a bit on the side or prostitute kind of thing. Purport. King Vena was so foolish that he accused the saintly sages of being inexperienced like small children. In other words, he was accusing them of not having perfect knowledge. In this way, he could reject their advice and make accusations against them, comparing them to a woman who does not care for her husband, who maintains her, but goes to satisfy a paramour who does not maintain her. The purpose of this simile is apparent, and hopefully it's apparent to all of you. It is the duty of the Kshatriyas to engage the Brahmanas in different types of religious activities, and the king is supposed to be the maintainer of the Brahmanas. If the Brahmanas do not worship the king, but instead go to the demigods, they are as polluted as unchaste women. Not quite sure that last sentence. Who's that meant for? If the Brahmanas do not worship the king, but instead go to the, this is basically what Vena is saying.
Yeah, that's what
this is the extrapolation of what King Vena is saying. Basically, you're going to these demigods. That's like you're going to a prostitute when you're already married. I'm God. Worship me and I'll look after you. I'm maintaining you anyway. I don't know who you think you are. You go to these demigods. What are they? They're nothing. So that opens things right up a little bit.
He didn't take it well.
Well, to be expected, I guess. Okay, let's call it there. We'll keep it exciting. Get you to tune in next time to see where King Vena goes with all this. All right, thank you all very much. Have an amazing time. I was going to say Easter weekend, but by the time you're seeing this, Easter weekend will be long gone, probably.
Monday.
They'll see
Easter Monday.
They'll see it on Easter Monday? Okay. So I hope you had a nice Easter.
Go easy on the Easter eggs.
Hare Krishna, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.